10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban.
Come on.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Imba Spirit.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Shadow Fiend.
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Dark Seer.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Dazzle!
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Slada.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Wind Ranger at your service.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Listen back!
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Naga Siren.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle.
Thank you to our very handsome host, Coddle Guy. That's right, I'm Capitalism. Joined by Blitz. Blitz! Minus armor on, minus armor on, minus armor on, minus armor. Is MVP Phoenix going to be able to take this game number 2 and push it to a game 3?
I definitely think it's going to be a lot closer. Their lineup feels a little bit more balanced. In the last game, I just felt like their cores were just so hard countered by the cores of Secret. But I think this time around, they've got heroes that can better deal with that. And this type of lineup better suits their flat-out aggression, right? Bristleback is a hero that March has been playing since I've been in Korea for quite some time. It was the hero that they fell back on when they needed to get into the TI main event as well, when they played against Vega, right? They used it twice. And this is a hero that he's just going to feel more comfortable on. It feels like a hero that he can just kind of frontline, lead the charge. You've got a Shadow Fiend. We've seen how pretty much every team runs this. You get a mech, you're able to 5-man really early. And you've got supports like a Dazzle, whereas in the first game, I don't think the Witch Doctor really suited him.
What about the fact that Merlini brought up that most of the time when MVP run a Bristleback, it's going to be with a Wisp? Do you think that not having that hero is actually going to be perhaps too much of a detriment to the Bristleback?
I think having the Dazzle will make up for a lot of the flaws, but at the same time, I sort of agree with Merlini in that the Wisp is really pivotal to the strategy, because what MVP Phoenix often uses the Bristle for, in conjunction with the Wisp, is just to disrupt the offlane as much as possible. And this is a hero that absolutely needs some measure of farm. You can't get away with being a super underleveled support that can get away with using his ultimate. You need some stacks, you need some level of farm, and that might actually just go down to Febby, who's in this mid lane right now, to be able to help out a little bit.
Well, once again, we're going to see the Lich joining Weeha in this middle lane in order to counter the Bounty Hunter. Does have only one counter available, though, and the Bounty Hunter has two, so he should be able to establish a bit better control. Top lane, March is dropping a bit low, playing this very aggressively up against the Naga Siren and Ember Spirit, though he's going to be feeling pretty happy about his lane. Going up against two melee heroes is kind of a dream scenario for a Bristleback in the off lane.
Yeah, he should do okay in this lane, especially with the Lich devoting so much of his time to this mid lane. But this bottom lane, the Slaughter, he's not doing great. We've seen this before, right? I can't remember what game it was.
Febby actually went for this one. They're going to be able to pick up the first blood onto the SF. Febby just ran right past him and actually went for the counter ward. He's going to be dying too. The right click is going to come out before the fade time is in. And Weeha picks up first blood, double kill. The very odd scenario there for MVP Phoenix, as they completely lose out on their middle lane now.
Just as I was saying, this mid lane was kind of going to be a wash. It just completely goes the way of Secret. We saw at ESL New York time and time again how well Weeha did in this matchup, or just in general with his Wind Ranger. It feels like one of his comfort picks. Secret really feel like they can get away with picking it early on, and there's a reason why.
Bounty Hunter rotating up to the top lane to see if they can catch Eternal Envy, who was challenged earlier by March. Of course, he's got no regen left, so he's going to be kind of a awkward position now. Weeha gets a power shot onto Febby, just threatening that that support Bounty Hunter. Seems like once again the Bounty Hunter is going to be a big downfall for MVP Phoenix. So at least with this kind of start, I just can't see him doing well. But
it's okay. It's just that fits their playstyle more than anything. The laning phase is always going to be a little bit rough when you've got a Lich on the other team, but you're really just going to go for the mid game anyways, so why not pick a hero that would just absolutely allow you to snowball? And it's a hero that really forces heroes over. The problem right now for MVP Phoenix, though, is that this Dazzle isn't enough to be able to zone out the Darkseer.
Right.
I can't remember what team it was that... I'm almost certain we've casted this matchup in particular, though. The Dazzle and the Slardar versus the Darkseer. Like, the Dazzle just focused on stacking and pulling nonstop, but the Slardar is almost always just going to have a hard time because he's going to be farming under his tower. The treads and the blink dagger are going to come out much later than you would anticipate. And it's not like the the bounty hunter going to that bottom lane is going to help too much. And
I feel like maybe it was like an Alliance versus NIP matchup, because Alliance, you know, used to run the Slardar SF so much, especially in the safe lane. But I do kind of remember that match. Huo almost dies again in that middle lane. But as you said, the Dazzle can't really do anything about this offlaner, so all you can do is just stack and occasionally heal the Slardar. But Misery is going to have a very good time, and he'll have his chance to shine going into the mid game with the high amount of net worth that he should be racking up. Looks like they're going to go for the kill on March here. We'll see if they actually possible, though. He does have enough charges to be able to get off another Riptide, but they just can't get enough damage out. With the extra level and the passive Bristleback, as well as he had a magic wand ready to go, there was just no opportunity there.
There's not too much offensive killing potential. You've got the net early on, but the Bristleback should be okay with the 2 levels of the Bristleback up. It's a weird thing. It's like Bristleback and his name is Bristleback too. Yeah. That bothers me. It's like the Doom thing too. It's like when a movie has, you know, they say the movie title.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Valve is too mindful of the commentators. I mean, you've got one of my least favorite heroes in this game when it comes to commentating. Dazzle, Shadow Wave, and Shellograve. Top lane, March is going to be dropping a bit low here, but they're actually going to go for the kill on Eternal 11. He gets it too. He gets off a Quill Spray towards the end, manages to finish him off with the help of the Bounty Hunter. Now QO's going to be next though. Secret will be able to latch that one, and Shackle Shot, Power Shot, and Weeha. He's just dominating this middle lane. Killing spree already in the first 4.5 minutes of this game. So as soon as you see a bit of silver lining for MVP Phoenix, seems like Weeha is the big dark cloud.
This net worth difference between the Wind Ranger and everybody else in this game is so significant right now. He's already up to 2,900. That's almost double the Shadow Feat at just 5 minutes into the game. And on the flip side of things, their Darkseer has more net worth than you would typically expect. He's already up to 1,700. Just behind the Slaughter, and not by very much either. And he throwing out the Shadow Waves as much as he possibly can to harass. Misery not too interested in trading in that, but at the same time, Misery's level 5 already, and he is making it really difficult for the Slaughter to get farmed. Like, Dagger's been forced to get the bottle and that mango, And I know Ben's gonna be happy to see that mango, but at the same time, you don't want so much of your net worth tied into these consumables when you eventually have to get a blink dagger to start these fights off.
Oh, they're actually going to go for the kill on Heen here. Misery comes forward, has the Ion Shell. Shellgrave will be able to keep Heen alive for a bit longer, and Dagger, who actually used his stun earlier, just hasn't come up, but with the TP coming in, he can't commit for that kill, and it's actually going to go downriver, which almost getting caught there by the rotations of the Lich as well. 4 heroes on this bottom river rune area for Team Secret. They pick up the kill on the Dazzle and chase the Slardar out of lane. Still a great position for Team Secret.
Yeah, they even rotate in the Wind Ranger, but she can afford to make those trades. Just because she is still 2,200, or she's 1,200? Wait, why am I doing math so bad?
Yeah,
right
good,
now? It's
good
just 1,000.
Radiant's bottom tower is
I was looking
under
at the
attack.
Shadow Fiend's net worth, and that confused me for some reason.
He got, man, he's still so underfarmed, like level-wise as well. He's not even level 7 yet.
I hope my mom doesn't watch that VOD. She's gonna get really pissed at me that I did that badly.
Does that still carry over from high school?
Yeah, she watches my cast to just critique stuff like that.
Yeah.
The math thing she's gonna understand. Nothing about the Dota heroes. That in particular. She's gonna make fun of me for, and in this lane, he might actually get caught out. Febby's got the Orb of Venom hit on 2.
Oh, he actually managed to dodge one of the hits and turns it around. Febby is now going to be caught. Double damage for Weehaw. Makes it look really, really easy. Challenging that Naga Siren. I mean, she's one of the tankier supports in the game when operating under that 4 position.
Especially with that Poor Man Shield and a Magic Stick available already for Puppy. He's just had such a strong game already. Just 7 minutes into the game, baiting out kills. But it's really just this mid-match of going back to it. Weehaw's just doing a little bit too good, and the Shadow Fiend is just a little bit too far behind. And the Slardar, yeah, you've got 2,400 net worth, but 100 of that is tied into that mango. Part of it is the magic wand, which slows you down even further, and a bottle on top of that. Boot. Like,
Yeah.
this Blink Dagger is going to come down really late, and this is just going to slow down all of the timings from MVP Phoenix, because if the Shadow Fiend was doing really well, maybe he gets a mech at the 12-minute mark, and they can start their assault, and then you've got a Blink Dagger on your Slardar if you didn't have to commit so much to all of these consumables.
Seems like the only hero that's doing like relatively well. He's actually behind the SF and net worth, but that's kind of to be expected considering it's a Shadow Fiend, is the Bristleback. But I'm feeling like a Bristleback just isn't going to be enough by himself in the offlane position. When it comes to some of these fights, I mean, you look at Team Secret, they have really good ways to just kite a hero like Bristleback. The bottom lane, Keen is going to be spotted out here by this ward. But they go for the dive, it looks like it. They're actually going for Dagger here. Get kind of blocked up, but the Chain Frost is committed. They do get off the Shallow Grave, and maybe Dagger can commit for the kill onto Misery. He's actually going to try and escape from Misery, but the Iron Shell's taking him down. He's bottling up. Stun goes out, but no, the ticks are just enough. They get the support as well behind the tower. A great dive for Team Secret.
Yeah, being able to pick up the safe lane carry again, just slowing down the timing of that Blink Dagger more and more, and this mid lane, the Shadow Fiend has to get a little bit more than he is right now. Like, the mech timing for this hero is so crucial, just because you need to be able to 5-man when your laning phase is going this badly. The 7-1 is definitely not what they anticipated happening, and they don't have that many ancient stacks or anything like that for March to fall back on either, which is something that we theorized early.
Yeah.
And maybe the Bounty Hunter could help him out with that, but he hasn't been able to do so, and your other comeback mechanic would be the level 6 of Bounty Hunter, but he's actually going to get caught.
Oh,
By
no.
that smoke.
He gets dusted up. Misery is going to try and run him down. He has to be careful, though. Dagger shows himself. But this is still good. I mean, they're pulling the Slardar away from getting CS underneath that tower. I'm sure the Tier 1 has already picked up a couple of those. They also forced a rotation. It looks like Heen, well, he's going to be sitting his
Oh, March at top. He's going to get netted up.
done for. Surrounded Puppy and Eternal Envy. Easily get the kill there. And now we actually already have Arcane Boots on this Naga Siren. So far ahead.
Yeah, that level 1 sleep too. That's going to be the kicker here for Team Secret, because if she has the ability to just kind of TP in, reset fights this early on,
Yeah.
I just kind of thought about it. It means so much for MVP Phoenix to take these fights early, but if Puppy can kind of get in there, reset the momentum of the fight, and restart everything, that could just kind of kill MVP Phoenix's momentum.
Especially on heroes that I feel are like so in a way single target focused and just like they need to be able to lock down one hero, right? Especially the Slardar.
The good news though is that MVP Phoenix's lineup isn't really reliant on anything other than the item timings. It's not like you have a huge cooldown that you have to worry about or anything like that before you take a fight. You could argue that you need the Shadow Fiend ultimate for the AoE potential, but really it just comes down to items as Febby just gets picked off again.
Yeah, that was easy. An invis on the Wind Ranger allows him to see the bounty hunter with the broken down trees and easily gets that shackle shot. It's going to be a rather fast Aghanim Scepter. Throws out another shackle shot. QO challenging here, has to chain frost, and he's just going to get bursted down. I'm not sure what he thought was going to happen there, but Bihan Pylai dying to get another set of kills. This time it's actually both the kills going the way of the Lich, so he's going to have some nice network now. March is going to be caught the chains, and next up the net. And it seems like that physical damage, maybe it is going to be enough. They throw out the Remnant, but Eternal Levy actually does commit, but perhaps just a bit too late. Maybe it's better, though. He had so many quill stacks on him.
He's got 5 up on him right now. There's no way that he wants to continue to contest that. But this mid lane, it has to just go better. I don't know how else to put it, but you can't afford to die this often. And it feels like QO is getting a little bit more tilted than he should because of how much aggression he's had. The Lich just hasn't left this mid lane right now, and I think that's part of just Pylai Dai's strategy to frustrate him as much as possible, and it's working. Going from the first game, Kyo said, okay, that was annoying, but I'll have a fair 1v1 matchup this time around. But no, Pylai Dai, again, he's there. He's just been able to neutralize both Febby and Kyo.
And now Misery's been very efficiently clearing through some of the jungle, goes in, cuts the creep wave, gets some damage on the tier 1 tower. He's doing so much efficient work at this bottom lane as soon as he chases out the Slardar, which is, I mean, at this rate, it's going to be once every minute or two with the Ion Shell spam. The Slardar, I mean, you almost want to see like a Ring of Health in lane just for him to be able to have a little bit more sustained against this Ion Shell spam, but that clearly can't happen. You can't afford to slow down the Blink Dagger that much.
He is pretty close to it now, though.
Yeah.
Just, he's got 1,700 gold, 500 gold away from it now, and that's when you want to start your aggression. I think they were hoping that the Shadow Fiend would have the mech completed around the same time, because that would actually pair really nicely for MVP Phoenix's lineup, but Weehaw has another Invis rune. Pylai Dai is going to start making his way forward too.
Focus fire, bringing him down low. Pylai Dai adds the extra nuke, and they still have the focus fire. They're going to miss of that one, and still they get the kill. Pylai Dai could have dropped to Febby here, so a trade-off, but a trade-off that is well worth it for Team Secret as they keep QO down away from that mech, and he's not even going mech.
Oh, he's actually just going to go for the Blade of Alacrity, and it might be March that goes for it. I really feel like they should at least have one hero that does. Yeah. Maybe you just hope your Bounty Hunter gets one, but I almost feel like the timing on that is just going to be too delayed.
Yeah, it seems pretty clear this Bounty Hunter is not going to have a great time this game.
Radiant's top tower is under
Alright, so if you go for the S and Y on the Shadow Fiend, but the Wind Ranger almost already has an Aghanim Scepter just 13 minutes into the game. But eventually MVP Phoenix, I mean, you've got level 6 on your Bounty Hunter, so level 1 track is available.
They got to start finding some openings and soon. Yes. Misery, maybe he's the target. He is a little bit low. It's hit by a good Shadow Wave from Heen.
Everyone from Secret already showing though. They want to make sure that nobody from MVP Phoenix has any funny ideas, and this is a Midas Darkseer. I think he realizes how well he's been doing.
Oh wow. Feels perhaps a bit greedy, where maybe there is an opening now for MVP to win some fights, whereas if you had just gone the mech, I feel like there's just no chance that Secret would lose an engagement significantly.
Yeah, so the Vit booster is now coming to March. Opts to get a little bit tankier. At bottoms, Misery's almost already dead.
Yeah, but a sprint, he can't afford to take those nukes, so Dagger's actually going to have to back up. He was really hoping to buy his Blink Dagger from the side shop right there, and I think continue the fight with that one, but unfortunately that's not the case. He has to wait for the tick gold. We'll get it now, has his blink, blinks up, and he's going to have to run through the wall here. He's in a very bad position. His puppy still has that sleep to go on if he wants to try and set something up for Pylai Dai, but they don't go. March is sitting on the side here anyway, so.
The Wind Ranger just took the mid tower too. That's her Aghanim Scepter completed. Even without a medallion this early in the game, I can imagine Team Secret would feel pretty comfortable going for the Roshan with the Lich armor and really early Aghanims. That would just mean so much map control for them, but even if he doesn't decide to go for it, the amount of damage that you can put out is much more than most of the heroes on MVP Phoenix can tank it before they just go down. You've got a Bristleback, yeah, but get hit by the Shackle, he can just kind of turn his area around, face you, and kill you immediately.
I'm really feeling the Roshan for Team Secret. I like that idea quite a bit because it both serves as like something that actually hurts MVP Phoenix quite a lot, because not only would the Aegis allow them to kind of secure fights even more, make sure you don't give up those track kills, but also it's the fact that anytime you have a Slardar carry, I feel like you're pretty reliant on taking Roshans, just because you are so mid-game focused and need to be able to take those engagements aggressively, and having Aegis taken away from you the way is really going to stymie the MVP push out.
Middle tower has been denied.
So mid tower is denied by Puppy, who is going to be the mech carry for Secret this game, and it's going to come online quite quickly. This is unexpectedly quickly, and at bottom March
To be caught by the ensnare, they still have to slow down. There's just no escape from this one. There's too many heroes surrounding him. Another set of chains, and March actually gets quite a lot of damage onto the Ember Spirit, but still not enough. Meanwhile, we have the 3-man smoke from MVP. They're hoping to get a pick off, but no one's really showing. Weehaw just popped out, immediately backs behind his tier 1 tower. It feels like Team Secret know exactly what's going on here.
You never want to show when your team goes for a gank, because all it allows is for the enemy team to go for a straight up 1v1 for 1, and that's terrible. Like, normally you'll see really good teams, when they decide to 4-man smoke without their carry will just not show on the map for the time period that you go for that.
They're using the courier to try and scout out behind the tower, but they don't manage to stop the Wind Ranger, who just TPs out to the bottom lane, and it looks like they're going to make it a trade-off here. Yeah, you took the tier 1 tower, but with the Focus Fire, level 2, plus the Aghanim Scepter, they're going to be able to take down Roshan nice and quick, and I don't think MVP's rotations are going to be in time.
And this is what we wanted to see too, right? There's not a whole lot MVP Phoenix can do to contest this. Worst comes to worst, Puppy has the sleep available for himself too.
March.
Oh, March is actually just going to straight walk it? Okay.
Yeah. Why not? They're going to be able to finish off Roshan, though, during the sleep timing. They'll pick up the Aegis, and it looks like TP's out, at least for one of these heroes. Weehaw, he's going to try and get away from March. It looks like he may be chased down. Misery's going to go down to that one. Nice shackle shot from Weehaw. Actually stalls up his retreat in order to get the shackle onto March, but he's still going to be run down by the Slardar, who will eventually keep up. As his Blink Dagger up. Nice. He actually stopped the Blink Dagger, turn around, hits it because he knows he has no other opportunity but stopping that Blink Dagger.
With him.
Secondary life is going to come up. He's going to be stunned up immediately. Chain Frost on the left-hand side, but Bibi's going to be fine. He's completely solo. No bounces opportunity. Highlight Eye, he's going to be caught as well. Puppy even showing himself, but it looks like they won't be able to dive that deep. But still, MVP, I mean, 3 kills, it feels like it's been a very long time since we saw MVP actually successfully do anything in this game. But finally, 18 minutes, they challenged Roshan a bit. Even if they don't get that Aegis, they denied away from Team Secret in a way.
What an absurd engagement. March just kind of drops his TP and slowly walks through into that Roche pit and decides to himself, I'll try this. The rest of his team is ready to back him up. The rest is Secret. And their entire lineup was just so low, and Ember Spirit wasn't there either. It was quite difficult for them to take the fight.
Can bottom lane though do this? I'm not so sure they can. Damage. They do have a high amount of armor on the side of both Puppy and Misery, and they're trying to get in front of him in order. They get the Focus Fire, actually the power shot out, and still they're body blocking him so extensively. March is trying to get around it, but now the shackle shot lands, and they definitely get the kill.
Why is he so good at that? The ability to walk in front of people? I'm thinking of the TI Lycan Wolves.
Third, 5-13, 19 minutes in now, and MVP, they just lost the hero that was doing pretty much the best for them. Maybe not necessarily in net worth, but just establishing that early, pretty much the only lane that really went well for them.
Yeah, that Bristleback has a lot more farm than I originally anticipated. After that sequence of events at bottom, he's got a Vanguard on top of an Ogre Club. So his level farm is actually kind of okay, and it took them a pretty long time to kill him. Even with everything that transpired. But MVP Phoenix, they've still got a decent amount of momentum, as we saw in that Roche fight. Like, all they need to do is take a fight where they have a slight numbers advantage and you can overrun them, especially with track too. And now that you've got this Slardar Blink Dagger, no one's really getting away.
Well, add in even more minus armor with now the Medallion of Courage on Heen.
It caps out at a certain point.
Yeah.
It's whatever, but more just the fact that every single fight that you enter, bottom, you've got to be careful, QO. You can't get shackled here.
Shackle shot. Oh, nice. He gets it on the melee creep onto QO. The Chain Frost bounces back to the SF, and he will go down. Missed stun. No dagger. He's going to be caught out, too, as his sprint fades. A bad timing for that one, as there's no escape now that he's made that kind of commitment. And Bebby even, well, he hides himself in the trees and will be able to TP out just ahead of Weehaw. But This Wind Ranger is absolutely insane. Now they're going to catch March as well. Already turns and fight underneath the net. He knows he's going to be in some serious trouble. He's just going to be kite around, committing for the kill on a Misery, but he gets the surge out with the help of the small mini stun of the Shackle Shot. Back in is Eternal Envy. He's got another set of chains. They know they can just slow down this Bristleback as much as possible, and as a team, they will bring the raid boss down. Even if they have to lose the Darkseer for it, it's still a 1-for-4 exchange.
You never really see that coming when you're playing against the Bristleback. All of a sudden you've got 300 HP and then you die, and that's a decent trade, I guess. Like, if you want to look at it from MVP's perspective, just 1-for-1, and you forgo the deaths that you had before, but that's kind of impossible to do. Is that's about 5 heroes that go down. I'm just trying to look at the positive sides of things, man.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, your team was already dead. It's whatever. That's a real 1-for-1 trade.
All right, a Battle Fury now for our Ember Spirit. At 21 minutes, not bad timing for Eternal Envy whatsoever, especially since he already has the boots of travel. What else do we have for Team Secret? Oh, the Blink Dagger on Weehaw.
The mech's done on Puppy, and if he wants to, he can get the Guardian Grease pretty soon too, just to be able to take off the attack for himself.
Yeah, that'll be great against all that minus armor. That's, what is it, 20 armor that you get when you're below?
Alright, so March at top is just battling. He wants to be the frontliner, and
oh, in the meantime, they actually get the kill on the Slardar, but we'll follow this potential fight at top lane. Doesn't look like anything will come of it now, but Weehaw's just a monster, man. He's 8-1-5.
Yeah, he had some help in the mid lane, but still, he's been able to accomplish a lot independent of Pylai Die right now. And he's hit so many shackles. The one at bottom especially was so clutch.
You're gonna have to about this Blink Dagger in a second. We're probably gonna see it pick off. Yeah, Heen's gets spotted out by the illusion, or yeah, okay, Weehaw blinks in. Should be able to hit the Shackle Shot. I doubt Heen is gonna be able to escape top lane. Looks like they're kind of trying to chase Pylai Die. Ring around the rosy for Heen, just hoping to be able to dodge Weehaw as much as possible. But the Blink stays ahead of him. Now the Shackle Shot, no opportunity for a Shallow Grave.
Alright, so what were you asking about a Blink?
The Blink Dagger on the SF, is this desperation? Is this versus the Naga Siren Sleep so he can have some escape immediately afterwards?
I mean, Kyo just goes YOLO.
Yeah.
He goes insane.
He just maybe feels
he's got to run at people to really feel comfortable.
Okay.
That's
what QO's life is all about.
Man, I love QO. It just makes Dota so exciting. I'm gonna give him a new nickname. He's like the Korean Bambo. Like, life's not fun unless he's chasing heroes.
What was it like playing with Bambo and playing against QO?
It was like the most constantly stressful thing in the world. Because Bambo would say like, yeah, QO is gonna throw, just keep playing. And then you'd see Bambo just like die to 4 heroes immediately and throw away top net worth. I mean, it's just a confusing process half the time.
A roller coaster ride.
Yeah, at top, Weehaw gonna make the engagement, doesn't find the shackle either though, and just gonna disengage. He's tracked up. But, I mean, QO, he can just go for the BKB immediately after. I guess going for the BKB first here doesn't make too much sense, because then the Naga just sleeps you and Weehaw gets on top of you and focus fires you. So the positioning game is probably more important, being able to follow your Slardar in. That's the serious answer.
Alright, we got a helper now for Bristleback. So this will actually help out quite a bit against the Wind Ranger. We know he's not going to go MKB immediately. Pretty standard to go Chrysalis after the Axe, but maybe he'll go for it now. Oh, look at this setup. They're actually going to be able to get easily a 2-man wall vacuum here. Setting it up. Misery waiting out the sleep. Going to be able to... Oh, no, he misses the vacuum. Misses the timing slightly. Still, though, it looks like a good engagement. They actually get the invis on a QO. Trying to get away. He is revealed, so he's just going to turn around, pop his ultimate 2-man stun. They've already taken out Misery. Febby's going to be caught by the small amount of nukes, but he's going to be the big target. Can't believe it. He actually gets away for a blink,
on the blink from
will
Dagger.
Stay out. He actually gets the power shot. Another little bit of time, but no, he's going to be caught. Finally, the stun from the Slardar lands, and he does go down. So still, I mean, that was such a beautiful setup. I thought at first that it was going to be an easy win for Team Secret, but missing the vacuum, and all of a sudden the Slardar comes in with that 2-man crush and gets 2 different cores on the side of Team Secret. That's a gigantic gold swing, seeing as how far ahead Team Secret are.
I mean, Misery knows that he messed up, because in that scenario right there, all it did was give MVP Phoenix enough time to set up their fight, because they weren't able to use any of their combos there. They didn't get a Shackle off on 2 heroes, they didn't get the Chain Frost off, or the Vacuum, so essentially what that was just a reset fight for MVP Phoenix. You see them finally take advantage of the situation there with some measure of track kills. They do get a huge kill in Weehaw, and At one point, we had a 10,000 gold lead already for Team Secret, but that slowly starts to tick up a little bit. This is the pressure that the Bounty Hunter puts on you. At the same time, Secret are still in a fantastic position. All they have to do is not make those mechanical errors. And that could have just been the game right there.
Yeah.
Take down 2 cores, go take a mid-tier 2 if you want. Continue to apply pressure, get wards down in the enemy jungle. Meanwhile, Eternal Envy's just farming. But mistakes like that are definitely going to just lengthen the game.
Does Weehaw go for the MKB next, seeing that Halberd? Just forgoes the data list and just goes, okay, basic Crystallis, I'll finish that up later.
I think going for the data list is still okay, but I think he's starting to realize that maybe a BKB is in order at some point.
Okay.
Just being
That'll
able to get
also
out.
help. I mean, just dealing with the disarm factor at least.
BKB is just one of those items that you pick so you don't throw. Like, it's the counter throw item that you can just go for the max offensive potential on the Wind Ranger and then transition over. It really just depends on how the next few fights go. If the Wind Ranger has a lot of successful fights in a row, then she'll feel really comfortable just going for the data list. Like, most teams just kind of play it by ear. The problem right now for MVP Phoenix is they've got a pretty decent Roche lineup. Actually, they've got an excellent Roche lineup, but they can't do it. Just because of what the Naga Sleep can do to you.
Yeah, the sad thing is they're actually like kind of in a position for it, but as you said, the sleep is so bad that Team Secret can push out the top lane at the same time as still being able to easily contest Roshan, especially with this tier 1 tower still up in the bottom lane.
Oh,
Looks
MVP's
like MVP
committing for this.
Yeah, this is going to be real dangerous, especially with March showing himself up at the top lane. MVP. They might be able to take it out in time with all this minus arm. The sleep goes out. Can he get in range in
One
time?
more hit.
Oh no! It's only
Weehaw's just gonna go for this himself.
Weehaw, he can commit to it now. Dropped and picked up the Aegis. It's stolen away from MVP, and now they're in a bad position. Vacuum interrupts that ultimate QO, desperately trying to get it off, but he's still got the Aegis. He's gonna be fine for the time being. Eternal Envy playing this game back and forth, just kiting around MVP Phoenix until they finally take out QO, and now stalling up March as well. Another focus fire rips through the Dazzle nice and quick. Wee pops another wind run. Will be able to stall up March with a shackle shot and actually managed to blink himself ahead of Dagger. He can't get anything. Highlight, he's locked inside the pit, so it looks like that's the only kill that MVP Phoenix will be able to get at the end of this. Dagger is still fighting it out. It's actually chained up. March is also going on to Puppy right now. He's going to be netted up and might be able to get away. Dagger gets controlled up in the shackle shot as Weehaw comes back in. Remember
March is just going
here I am. March is going for more as he managed to take out the Naga Siren and has to get Misery as well. He will be able to get the triple kill, but now he has to get out of here. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to turn around and face both the Wind Ranger and the Ember Spirit. It looks like both sides agree that fighting is just not the option here. Would have been a great fight for MVP Phoenix if it only wasn't taking into account that Roshan factor.
That could have completely turned things around, but again, this is the danger in playing against the Naga Siren. The Naga knows 100% that you're going to go for the Roshan there, but at the same time, you're showing your Bristleback in that top lane. So Secret, of course, they're going to take that fight, even if they don't have the vision there, and they don't quite know how things are going to go, because they understand that if you're not rushing and it's some sort of weird convoluted attempt at baiting them in, then the Naga Siren sleep just allows you to reset.
Right.
And the best case scenario just happened for Secret. Like, they walk in, they find a Roshan at 300 HP, Weehaw focus fires it down. All the work was done for him. Like, the Slaughter Amplify was still available.
Yeah.
You can't really set that up better for a Wind Ranger, and Weehaw, he did a really good job of not wasting that Aegis either. Like, a lot of players would have just gone for the kill on March, but he's just going to get it here now.
Yeah, they actually net him up still. He managed to turn himself around, and this will mitigate a lot of the damage from Weehaw. They pop the Guardian Greets, and actually now still trying to fight March, though. Between the evasion. Oh, they're actually going to set up for this one. They're going to commit now. They actually, not going to see Dagger here on the side. He's going to be able to jump in, get to the two-man crush with QO coming in from behind, pops the BKB, lets loose that ultimate, and now going to be able to scare away the rest of Team Secret. Weehaw blinks himself back, will be able to hunt down, it looks like, trying to go for that kill on March, but now he's going to be caught with his aggressive maneuver. He's going to be hit by the crush, Ensnare goes down, he turns focus fire, he's going to try and beat through. Dagger will be successful, especially with Eternal Envy hitting that big sleight of fist, takes out both the cores, and will be able to chase down Heen on top of everything else. Team Secret just run down MVP Phoenix even after the great counter initiation of the Slardar. March is going to come back into play here, but he's controlled up, and I'm just not sure March is going to be able to provide enough offensive power from them stopping killing that Dazzle. Looks like March is actually still going to go down. He gets shackle shotted up, and they don't even care at this point. If it's a Bristleback with his team, he's dangerous, but all alone, He's just going to be kited down, as we've seen time and time before.
Oh, I mean, that was a 0 for 5 engagement right there. Team Secret just completely outplaying MVP Phoenix right now. And again, it just feels like they've kind of run out of steam a little bit too fast, and they were able to get the Aegis early on, but a really nice force staff by Misery resets the fight for the Wind Ranger. Weehaw comes back in, completely dominates that fight, and great team effort from Team Secret in that last fight.
Oh, nice deny there from Febby.
Go you, Febby. Whatever you have to do to make this game closer. It's right now kind of getting out of hand. 15,000 gold.
Yeah, Team Secret are running away with the game.
If you played more than like 3 pubs in this world, though, you know that the Bounty Hunter is still the worst hero in the world that you can play against. You can still get cocky and slip up and make mistakes.
Right. I'm looking at it, it's just insane how much armor some of these heroes have on the side of Team Secret. Like, they have all this minus armor from MVP Phoenix, and I'm still looking at heroes that are actually still quite healthy. Like, for example, the Naga Siren, he's operating well. Febby actually gets caught. Not a great time for him to go for that situation. QO, they gonna go on him? Yeah, managed to blink himself ahead of the ensnare. He'll be good.
I mean, he checked Weehaw's inventory, didn't see a gem or anything like that. Assumed there was no sentry, but he still had an illusion in that area. Gem sees all.
Runs into March. March, who is trying to finish up an AC for even more minus armor.
He's just trying to tank as much as he possibly can, but his team just doesn't have damage independent of him.
Yeah.
You see March mop up these kills at the end of them, but as the game goes later and later, the Bristleback's effectiveness is just going to start to die down a little, and you're going to see the hero do a little bit less. Like, you're seeing the hero mop up now, but he's barely being able to do so, but the cores from Team Secret aren't dying at the end of these fights. So it's not like he's gaining too much out of it. And at the same time, we haven't really talked about it, but Eternal Envy's just kind of sneakily been farming non-stop, and now he's almost at 20k net worth, even a full 5,000 ahead of his Wind Ranger. We've talked about all game, but
yeah,
Eternal Envy, that Daedalus and that Battle Fury, there's almost no hero on MVP Phoenix sans the Bristleback that can survive against that.
They're about to finish up the MKB for Wii, who actually has double damage in his bottle right now, so we'll see if Team Secret actually take an opportunity. It kind of seems like they're planning on it anyway. Nice Lotus Orb bounce back. They're pushing in both middle and top lane at the same time, corralling MVP Phoenix inside their base. Eternal Envy now bounces back to the bottom lane with his boots of travel, so pressure on all lanes now for MVP, who do very much have to stay as the 5-man. This is what their team composition is meant for, is 5-manning these team fights. So if they're getting split push like this, they can't really find good trade-offs. Like, even if they do 5-man into a lane and maybe catch a hero, it's going to be at the cost of some of these other lanes.
So Secret, they just want to take down all the towers that they can, just so that when they go for the inevitable Roche death push, they don't have to worry about wasting any time on these tier 2s. And they're far enough ahead right now, Cap, that I think they can go for these side towers and feel pretty comfortable. Eternal Envy now is a full Scotty. They're taking down this tier 2 top tower so quickly. That was pretty absurd.
That Wind Ranger's hitting for 275 damage. A hit right now with the double damage. The MKB now coming in. Got Puppy, who's picked up a Medallion after his Guardian Greaves, so look for that Solar Crest pickup in not too long, actually. He's farming quite well. See, net worth-wise, he almost has 10k. So he's actually not that far away from the Bristleback, and he's ahead of the Slardar.
Still, Weehaw just going to get Lotus Orbed over and over again. Sense any danger.
Yeah.
I think the correct play from Team Secret, now that they've taken all the tier 2 towers out, is to eventually go for the Roshan, but in this mid lane...
Yeah, they jump in, but there was a 4-man smoke. Still, there's the reset, and now they have a great opportunity. Misery, you gotta hit this one. If he hits this back in with a Sleight of Fist, they manage to group up these heroes, and oh my god, the Bounty Hunter just disappeared from that Sleight of Fist damage. As all the Battle Fury comes out, Weeha's gonna be able to wind run himself away from the asset, turns around, focus fires, and challenges him with a Chain Frost, slows down. QO has no escape whatsoever. 3 down. Dagger, well, he's gonna try and get away from Eternal Envy. Looks like he'll be fine. Misery chased away by March.
Oh, that juke!
Oh, and jukes through the trees. March. He's like just looking for it desperately, but he knows exactly what happened now. He was played the fool. March will go down as well. Slardar the only one to escape that massacre, and that's all thanks to Puppy. That was very clearly a potential baiting opportunity where they could have maybe blown up Weehaw as he jumped in, but quick reactions from Puppy with the sleep ends up with MVP Phoenix being completely grouped.
And Kyo buys back. He's going to TP and just blink himself out, but he's still got to be careful. He has no souls to work with, and if he dies here again, this could just be the game right now. Misery TP's back in, and he just instantly goes down.
Dagger, he hits the stun, but you're not going to do anything without your SF.
That's a buyback
Bristleback's
too.
down for another 35 seconds, so Team Secret, and they've already taken the tier 2s on the side, so they can actually go for another lane of Rex. Exactly what they're going to go for. Power of the Wind Ranger, who's great at being able to focus down these tier 3 towers.
All
They'll
map control
easily
in the
get
world.
this.
They've got an Aegis too if they want to eventually go for it, but it doesn't even matter. They're going to get double racks minimum for this. The Shadow Fiend is still dead for another 53 seconds. Even when he respawns, he just has paltry 11 souls to work with. Not much left in the tank for MVP Phoenix is
Bevy gets
Bevy's
got.
going to die now too. He gets 2 shot.
Look
Team
at that.
Secret.
Every single time they throw out an amplify damage, just quickly removed by the Lotus Orb. Jump in, stun on the weak, good for staff away. They still have the TP in, or the Bounty Hunter provides some extra damage with that Shuriken, but the sleep is stalling everything up, and the BKB is going to wear out eventually, but Slaughter may go down first, gets the Shellgrave, and will be able to back up in time. Nice Shackle Shot launching in March, and with all that Midas armor, they're actually going to be able to rip through him nice and quick. The AC doesn't protect him enough. Dagger comes back in and gets the 2-man crush, but he's just going to be blocked out enough for Ember Spirit to get the kill, and that's it. MVP Phoenix just get destroyed by Team Secret in both Game 1 and Game 2.
I thought the overall strategy from MVP Phoenix, I saw what they were going for with trying to go for the 5-man, and in some ways it was successful, but in Team Secret, they just completely destroyed them in the fights.
Yeah,
and Weehaw
very-
just got way too farmed in that mid lane.
Very, very clean, very, very crisp play. But seeing, is it Team Secret? Are they that far ahead of MVP Phoenix that's why it looked so one-sided? Do you still have hopes for MVP Phoenix going further in this group stage?